Now, if you're a shooter, you spent your entire life searching for that mythical, elusive, perfect hybrid camera. And if the rumors are true, could Canon actually be making one? The first time I picked up a Canon R5, I held it in my hands, and the question I had to ask was, is this the camera that I've spent my entire professional career waiting for? Is this the perfect hybrid photo video camera? And the Canon R5 is a maddening camera. It does incredible high-end, top-of-the-line professional photography. It's capable of giving you really amazing, beautiful, high-end videography with lots and lots of issues in that video. In fact, the overheating makes it unreliable in a professional standpoint. So the Canon R5 gives you professional video results in a non-professional ergonomic setting. You can't rely on that in a commercial setting. And I don't usually do rumor posts, but I had to talk about why I think the rumor of the new Canon R5c is so exciting and what it means to you as an independent filmmaker and a commercial production shooter if you are on any kind of a normal budget. And that is this: the Canon R5c was posted on Canon Rumors, and it has actually got a ranking of an R3. Now, if you know anything about Canon Rumors, R3 means it's invalidated from multiple sources, which means it's as close as you can get to some type of reality as you can. So let's talk about the specs. 45 megapixels, the perfect count, 8K RAW, 4K HQ up to 60 frames a second, 4K 120 frames a second, all very, very familiar things if you use a Canon R5. But here is where the R5c brings it home. The addition of at least C-Log 2 at this point. Don't know about C-Log 3. And here's the kicker, guys. A slightly larger body, that means active cooling, so no overheating and no time limits on your recording. This is the thing. This is the dream camera. I think every one of us that have used a Canon R5, get it, start using it, and just wish if it could just get over the overheating image, it would really be the perfect hybrid camera. And now the Canon R5c is coming out, and it looks like, in paper, it is the perfect hybrid camera. And why do I need a hybrid camera? Well, the reality is, in today's world, more and more, over and over and over again, my commercial clients, which is how I pay my bills, want to get high quality video because they have that expectation, but they're also wanting high-end photography. Now, I have a background as a photographer and a videographer. Now what happens is I know I can literally switch, touch of a button, get beautiful 45 megapixel raw images, and then pop right over and get that beautiful 4K HQ video and deliver high-end, amazing content. And being able to have one camera set aside for that has just really got me excited. And I really think this camera makes sense for the future of commercial work for people who are shooters. The other thing you should be really excited about for this camera, if you are a shooter, even a higher end shooter, is having the ability to get such really great crispy images from this camera without the risk of overheating. Means that if you are an operator that has say a C300 or a C500, a bigger camera system, you can now get a very good, reliable B or C camera as your backup camera. You get the great color science, you get better autofocus than you actually get on the C300 arguably and the C70, in a smaller form factor, a smaller body, and it saves you a lot of money. So this camera is just so amazing for content creators because you can use it with bigger cameras, with that 4K HQ. The quality absolutely stands up, and it'll save you a ton of money and let you go. And maybe you want to have your C300 over here. Maybe you want to get an R5c for gimbal work or put it on jibs or stuff like that. It's a great, very viable, very professional solution that's very affordable, especially compared to some of these higher end cinema cameras. Okay, so it's really exciting. There are some questions. I know there's some rumors. So as we're going, I guess my questions I have here will, one, can they slip in internal NDs on this camera? That, of course, would be the amazing holy grail of any small mirrorless camera. I wouldn't hold my breath for that. I think they need to delineate from their cinema line, and the internal NDs will be what happens. But maybe Let's see. The other question is, they've mentioned C-Log 2. Will it get C-Log 3? Not sure, but it'd be great to have that full range of options. And will it give you a little more flexibility in your codecs that you record on? One of the great limitations of the Canon R5 is one, it only does C-Log 1, which is not that dynamic range, especially compared to C-Log 2, and the codecs are limited. You can basically get what the camera tells you. You don't have a lot of room to cook and make. So that's going to be very, very interesting to see how that comes up on the recipe. The other thing that I think is going to be very, very interesting that I think should be on there, hopefully, is will they take a page out of the FX3 book and put mounting points on the camera, basically building a cage onto the camera. I don't know if Canon would do that. That'd be very different from anything they've done before, but man, I hope they do not go the FX3 and remove the EVF. I love the EVF. It is fantastic in this camera, and it will completely rob it. I'm a guy, shoots still out outside, needs that EVF. The real question comes down to the classic Canon Cripple Hammer. What will they possibly do to cripple this camera? Because remember, when the Canon R5 was first announced, it seemed too good to be true because it seemed like the perfect hybrid camera at the time. I really believe that Canon has turned a leaf. I think they are going to make a fantastic hybrid camera that will last you for years and blend seamlessly on high-end productions and photography. The announcement is supposed to come at the end of 2021, and the camera is supposed to be released in 2022. Now, like I said, these are still rumors, but the rumors are very, very exciting, and it's amazing to think that in the next year or so, we could get the perfect hybrid camera. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. Please subscribe if you like what you see here. And yeah, guys, go out there, keep on shooting. Leave me any comments if you got anything down below. All right, I'll talk to you soon.